Assalamu alaikum students, welcome back to our O-level biology lecture series. In the previous lecture we studied carbohydrates including glucose, maltose, starch, glycogen and cellulose. And we learned this how carbohydrates act as important energy sources and storage molecules. Today we are going to study another important group of biological molecules that is known as lipids. In this lecture we will learn what lipids are, the elements present in lipids, the structure of lipid molecules, the function of lipids in the cell. So let's start our lecture. Here's the first question, that is about what are lipids. So lipids are the group of biological molecules that include fats and oil. Both fats and oil belong to the lipid groups, but they are different slightly in their physical state. Now discuss the physical states. That fats are usually solid at the room temperature and oils are usually liquid at the room temperature. Even though they look different, they are chemically very similar and both belong to the same groups, that is known as lipids. Now we discuss the second important point, that is about elements present in lipids. Lipids are made from the main elements, that is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. These are the same elements that are present in carbohydrates. However, there are an important difference, that lipids contain much less oxygen compared to carbohydrates. Because of this difference in compositions, lipids store more energy than carbohydrates. Now we discuss the structure of lipid molecules. A lipid molecule is made from the two main parts, that is one is glycerol molecule and the second is three fatty acid molecules. The glycerol molecule act as the main backbone of the lipids. The three fatty acids attach to the glycerol through chemical bonds, so the basic structure can be described as 1 glycerols plus 3 fatty acids is equal to lipid molecules. This structure is sometimes called the triglycerides. In diagram, glycerol is shown as the central structure and the fatty acids are shown as the long chain that is attached to it. Now we discuss the third and the most important point, chemical bonds in lipids. The fatty acids are attached to the glycerol molecule by the chemical bonds. These bonds hold the molecules together and form the complete lipid molecules. Because fatty acids have long chains of carbon atoms, lipid molecules store a large amount of chemical energy. This is why fats are an efficient energy storage material. Now discuss the functions of lipids in cell. Lipids play several very important roles in living organisms. Here is the first point, energy storage. Lipids act as an energy reserve in the body. When the body has extra energy, it stores it in the form of the fat droplets in the cytoplasm of the cell. These lipid droplets can later be broken down to release energy. Here the second function is formation of cell membranes. Lipids are an important part of cell membrane. They form the outer boundary of the cell, helping to separate the inside of the cell from the external environment. Lipid can also form the part of the internal membranes of the cells, including the nuclear membrane. The third function of lipids is protection and insulation. In many animals, fats helps to protect internal organs, provide insulation against cold temperature. For example, animals living in the cold environment often have thick layers of fats under their skins. This book highlights an important concept, that lipids are not just energy storage molecules, they can also play an important role in cell structures, especially in forming cell membranes. So students, today we learned that lipids include fats and oil. Fats are solid while oils are liquid. Lipids contain carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. A lipid molecule consists of 1 glycerol and the 3 fatty acids. Lipids store energy in the cytoplasm. Are also the important component of the cell membrane. This brings us to the end of today's lesson on lipids. In the next lesson, we will discuss an other important biological molecule that is known as proteins, including in amino acids and the role of enzymes in living cells. If you found this lecture helpful, make sure to share it with your classmates and stay connected for the next lesson. Thank you for learning with me. Allah Hafiz.